Welcome to True North AmeriCorps' Getting Started with DESSA training video. In this video, we're going to talk about the trainings you need to complete in the system before getting started and also how to access those trainings. So before we even jump into trainings and enrolling caseloads and tracking that, I just want to highlight that building relationships is key. So this first month of site, you're building relationships with not only the youth at your site, but your site supervisors, building staff, and really you're embedding yourself in those systems and you're building trust with the youth. They need to be able to rely on you and understand that you're there for them before we can even start any targeted interventions. So build those relationships, be present, be ready to just take in whatever training and on-site orientations you have going on at site in that first month. By the end of that first month, you will enroll your caseload into CitySpan, and we have a series of videos on that as well. You will enroll them in CitySpan. That's essentially where you're going to weekly track your other and SEL interventions with your youth. I highlight this because once you enroll your youth in CitySpan, then we as TNAC staff will take your youth and we will input them into the DESSA system for you. So in some of these trainings, you might see options for adding youth or adding students, but you don't need to worry about that. We as staff will take care of that for you, so long as you upload your caseload into CitySpan. Upload your caseload in CitySpan, shoot us an email, and we will get them into the system for you. The next thing you want to think about is training. So there are a few trainings in the DESSA system that have been updated this year. There's some great self-paced ones, so you can do them at any time during your service this month, and there's 3 of them. So the first one, Complete Encouraging Student Agency and SEL Growth. Really good kind of base level introduction to the system and why it's important. And then the next 2 things, Complete Aperture Essentials for Educators, Section 1, and then Complete Aperture Essentials for Educators, Section 2. Both of these are really great. They're going to walk you through how to use the system, how to do the assessment, and what it will look like on your end. So what we want from that is for you to get a good understanding of how you're going to complete the DESSA assessments. After you do that in your 2nd or 3rd month, we would love for you to complete the Tier 2 Intervention Program All Modules training. So this year we have Tier 2 intervention programs. Once you assess your youth, the system will automatically populate 8-week plans for your youth, and being familiar with all those modules and how you can really implement that into your site and be a strong resource for your site supervisor is key. The reason I write no DESSA Mini here is because on your trainings, they're going to talk about the DESSA Mini and the full DESSA. The DESSA Mini is a pre-screener to see which youth may have need for instruction. We don't do the DESSA Mini. Essentially, your site supervisor is your pre-screener, right? Your site supervisor is identifying your caseload. They're using data at site. They're using knowledge of the site. They're using demographic information that they might have to identify these are the youth with needs for instruction, and they're going to be that screener for you. So just understand that's why you're not using the DESSA Mini, because essentially your site supervisor is screening for you. What you are doing rather is the full DESSA, and that's you have your caseload, you know who has needs, and that you're working with intentionally, and you're going to do that screener to see what exactly do they need help with, right? Take the guesswork out of your intervention plan. So that full DESSA is going to show you where they have need for instruction, and then you'll be able to use those Tier 2 intervention programs or consulting with your site supervisor to target those competencies of need. So now that you have an idea of kind of the steps that we want you to take, I'm going to show you how to access that. The Aperture system, once you access your account, will look like this. It'll always start on your dashboard page. And up at the top, you should see a tab called Academy. When you click on that, I want you to click on Training. The training will open in a new window, and essentially there's 2 areas I'm going to be directing you to. You're going to go through self-paced courses and also these Tier 2 intervention programs. So if we click on self-paced courses first, you'll see that you have several options here. What I want you to do is Encouraging Student Agency and Social and Emotional Growth. You'll start the course. You can see an overview prior if you want to prepare yourself, but just start that course. Once you're finished, it will show you 100% finished here. The next ones you're going to complete are Aperture Essentials for Educators, Section 1, and Aperture Essentials for Educators, Section 2. Again, these are self-paced. There's some good videos and quizzes throughout to really help you feel familiar with how to use the system and how to use the DESSA full screening tool. So out of those self-paced courses, you're also going to do Tier 2 intervention programs. Again, this is the way that we're going to set up your intervention plans if you so choose to with your site supervisor. There's all of these modules, and we are requesting that you complete all of them so that you know how to work with each of these competencies and their Tier 2 intervention modules. So you'll just click on those, you'll complete each of these courses. Prior to doing that, you will see kind of a preview of what it's going to go through for you. So those are the systems you're going to be completing in the Aperture System Academy, and we hope that you enjoy your training.